32. Request to be excused from a duty. Occasionally, the bylaws of a society may impose specific duties on members beyond the mere payment of dues. Members may be obligated to attend a certain number of meetings, to prepare talks or papers, to serve on committees, or even to accept office if elected. In these cases, a member cannot, as a matter of right, decline such a duty or demand that he or she be excused from it, but the Assembly, except as the bylaws may provide otherwise, can grant the member's request to be so excused. The request can be granted by unanimous consent, or a motion to grant it, which is debatable and amendable, can be offered. Standard descriptive characteristics. A request to be excused from a duty. 1. Takes precedence over any motion with whose purpose it is connected and can also be made at any time when no question is pending. A motion on a request that is pending yields to all subsidiary motions except postponed indefinitely, to all privileged motions, and to other incidental motions. 2. Can be applied in reference to any motion or parliamentary situation out of which it arises. All subsidiary motions except postponed indefinitely can be applied to it. 3 is an order when another has the floor if it requires immediate attention. 4 does not require a second except when moved formally by the maker of the request. A motion to grant the request of another member does not require a second since the maker of the request and the maker of the motion, 2 members, wish the question to be considered. 5 is debatable. 6 is amendable. 7 requires a majority vote but is frequently settled by unanimous consent. And 8, where the member requesting to be excused from a duty has learned of the action taken on his or her request, only a negative vote can be reconsidered. Further rules and explanation. If a duty is not compulsory, a member can decline when he is first named to it, or if absent at that time when he first learns of his election or appointment. At times other than during a meeting, such a notice of declination can be addressed to the secretary or to the appointing power. Since in these cases the duty is not compulsory, no motion to excuse the member is necessary. A member who remains silent, presumably aware that he has been named to a duty, is regarded as accepting, and he thereby places himself under the same obligations as if he had expressly accepted. If a member who has accepted an office, committee assignment, or other duty finds that he is unable to perform it, he should submit his resignation. Resignation is submitted in writing, addressed to the secretary or appointing power. Alternatively, it may be submitted during a meeting either orally or in writing. Note see 1323 and 4757 through 58. Back to reading. By submitting a resignation, the member is, in effect, requesting to be excused from a duty. The chair, on reading or announcing the resignation, can assume a motion that the resignation be accepted. The duties of position must not be abandoned until a resignation has been accepted and becomes effective, or at least until there has been a reasonable opportunity for it to be accepted. A request to be excused from a duty essential to the functioning of a society or assembly is a question of privilege affecting the organization of the assembly, and so also is the filling of a vacancy created by the acceptance of a resignation. In such cases, the assembly can proceed immediately to fill the vacancy unless notice is required or other provision for filling vacancies is made in the bylaws. In the case of resignation from office, unless the bylaws provide otherwise, the Assembly cannot proceed to fill the vacancy immediately since notice is a requirement. But if a member is elected and declines, no notice is required to complete the election immediately or at the next meeting. See 4646. Resignation from membership. A member in good standing with his dues paid cannot be compelled to continue his membership so that additional obligations are incurred. His resignation should be accepted immediately, and if it is not, he incurs no obligation after his resignation has been sent in, provided he does not avail himself of the privileges of membership. It is different with members who have not paid their dues up to the date of sending in their resignations. Until they have settled their dues, the society is under no obligation to accept their resignations, unless additional amounts may become due. If their dues are not paid within a reasonable time, instead of accepting their resignations, the society may expel them. A resignation sent in to escape charges need not be accepted. The charges may be preferred, and the trial should proceed the same as if the resignation had not been sent in.